You heard of high-end pinball, right? HEP does the highest restores of pinball machines, spares no expense. I like to refer to myself as LEP, low-end pinball, pinball on a budget. I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Alright, it is time for some more progress on Demolition Man. What is this, part 6 or 7 now? I'm starting to lose track. But in the last video, I stripped down the playfield successfully and removed all the light bulbs and rubbers. And today I am going to figure out exactly what I need and place my rubber order. And clean the playfield. That is the idea. Also, I did look online and I found that this plastic is available somewhere in Europe, because this one has a little chip out of it. So then I compared this to the piece that I would get, and it literally is missing, like, this piece here is missing a centimeter or so. That's it. It's hardly worth spending 18 euro plus shipping and tax and whatever. Like, I can't justify spending $40 on 1 centimeter of friggin' plastic. Can't do it. So I'm not going to. So I've decided I'm not gonna buy any plastics. And if I were to have decided to buy this, if it was more significant, then they also have this plastic. I was gonna maybe get that. And this one has a tiny, no, it's not that one. Where is it? Oh, here. This one has a tiny little crack in it. So I could have maybe got that for 6 euros. I think this was about 9 euros. So it's good to know that at least you can pick and choose what plastics you want if you don't want to buy a whole set, if you can even find a whole set. I think actually that site did have a whole set, but they are kind of sold out or out of stock in most locations that, you know, the common ones like Marco and whatever else. I don't think CPR does a plastic set. But did I look at CPR? I think they did maybe a back glass possibly. I forget now. It's been a bit since I looked up CPR, but anyway, what I'm going to do is kind of dry fit my in-stock post rubbers and see if I can make things look good with what I've got, which I'm pretty confident I can. It would be nice if they were all this good dark blue, but if I can make it look good with what I've got, then I don't need to order 17 new post rubbers from Titan, which probably a couple bucks each, maybe more when you convert it to Canadian. So that can add up, like, you know, 60 bucks in posts. So if I can use what I've got in stock, that's why I bought them, to use them, then I can save that. This is like, you heard of high-end pinball, right? HEP does the highest restores of pinball machines, spares no expense. I like to refer to myself as LEP, low-end pinball, pinball on a budget. That's my strategy. I mean, sometimes I will splurge, but I like to try and save where I can here and there. But, you know, I might have to spend the friggin' $800 for a color DMD. That might be the big splurge. The art blades, they aren't so bad, 100 bucks. LEDs, they're gonna be a couple $100 at most. I got new legs on there. Maybe I'll go through all the expenses when all is said and done, and kind of, oh, 300 bucks for these guys. Kind of get an idea of what things cost. 300 bucks for board repair, plus shipping there and shipping back, and about 100 bucks for all of the sound ROMs and CPU ROM. So even, you know, if you're trying to save here and there, it does add up quickly. I'm going to need probably 3 full rebuild kits. I'm going to see if I have any in stock. But there's a handy dandy 3-pack rebuild kit for Demolition Man at Marco Pinball, and it's reasonably priced, so I'll buy that if I don't have anything in stock. But I'll have a closer look at that when the time comes. But for now, I'm going to dry fit my post rubbers, see how that looks, and then get to cleaning the playfield. So here we go. Okay, I just threw a few of these blue post rubbers on, and I'm not feeling it. I really should look at Pinside, the Demolition Man club, and then check out all the photos in the club and see what other people have done. Get some ideas, but that I'm just not really digging. So I'm going to try, I got one more post there to remove. Orange. Let's see what that looks like. I have a mix of posts, I think, from some are from Cliffy. Actually, I think most of these are from Cliffy. Got too many in my hands here. Let's see, how is this looking? I think I'm liking that better. Decisions. So they're a little bit tall too, but you can just literally take scissors and cut these down, so that's not a problem. I think I like the orange better. So I'm gonna fart around here for a bit and figure out what I want to do, but I'm definitely leaning more towards orange than blue. Alright, I think this is what I'm going to go with. A combination of white and orange, which is kind of convenient because I have exactly 5 of these particular whites, and, well, I must have, what? There are 17 total, so I must have 12 of the orange, exactly, of this style. I mean, I have different orange, but it's different color orange, and it's shorter, so I think these shorter stubby ones are Cliffy, and the taller skinny ones, I think they're from somewhere else, because look, that's the difference there. I'm going to need to nip off about 1/8 out of all the other posts, but 17 posts. There's 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I had exactly the right amount of those yellows and those whites. And I did look on Pinside briefly. Blue actually looked okay. I saw someone else had done something similar with white in this section, and I thought it looked good. So that is how I'm gonna go. And now that I know exactly what I need, oh wait, I need to check on flipper rubbers first, and then I can place my Titan rubber order. So let me check what I got for flipper rubber. All right, I have this baby blue color. Don't really love how that looks. I gotta really clean up the flipper bats too. Yeah, it doesn't really match anything. And you can't go white on white, or in this case, white on off-white. That would look like crap. Translucent, no, not feeling that. So maybe I'll order 3 dark blue flipper rubbers and 3 orange flipper rubbers. And then I can choose what I like once they arrive. So I'm gonna go place my rubber order now and then start on this playfield. You know what else I just noticed before placing my order? There's no mention of these in the manual. Those are like 27/64 rubbers. And I go like, unless that's supposed to be an F. No. It's not a B. No. Oh, you know. Okay, I think this I've seen on a few games. They actually want you to put a sleeve in this spot. Check this out. Here, they call for that. And here, they call for that. So, I never do that. But I've seen that a couple times now. 2 or 3 times. This is what I actually want. Like so. So, I'm glad I noticed that right before placing the order, because I need to add those 3 27/64 rubbers. I might grab an extra one just to be safe, but I think I can finally place my order now. I forgot my internet is down, so I can't place my order yet. So I'm going to put on some Bro Do You Even Pinball podcast and start cleaning up this playfield. I'll clean the posts, probably remove a bunch of them, clean them with a brush, clean the playfield around them, and tighten every single nut and screw and bolt as I go, and trim off these posts. So I discovered this one I have trimmed in a previous job for some reason, and decided to not use it. Threw it back in my pile, and check it out. See, perfect fit now. So just gotta take the scissors to these guys. Ow! These gun handles are hard on the elbows. Alright, so one last look at some of the nasty spots. Some ball trailage. Some generic filth up here. I'll throw on some gloves. Try not to get too filthy. Bust out a poop load of Novus. Looks like with the 3 screws here, I can remove this piece of metal. I can remove this metal and access some of the trickier spots a little easier. Okay, so let's go. Okay, here's a little update. This is my cloth loaded with Novus, and then my polishing cloth. And so that's kind of what things look like before. And then things should appear a little more shiny and nice now. Pretty much removed most posts, brushed out any wax or debris in any of the star posts. I Dremel cleaned all of the switches on the playfield. There's 3 slingshots. One here, one up there, and another switch there. So they're all clean. And you can see the playfield is looking pretty good. If I try and get a light on there to make it a little more visible. I don't know if that's better or worse, but it's coming along. Just briefly did the top of the flipper bats. I've got to do these slingshot heads. Oh, and I did cut these 5 white posts down. I cleaned up the top of this. It was a little bit crusty. And same with that metal there. Kevin uses the purple green scrubby. Wait, the purple scrubby on these types of metals, and it worked good. There was a little crud there that I couldn't get off just with Novus, so that didn't take all that long, maybe half an hour or so. So it was coming along nicely. We'll keep plugging away. Okay, here is another little update. Been cleaning away. I'm basically up to about this point here. I've got to do this section and this section, a little bit in the middle, but I'm like 80% done. I trimmed all of the orange posts, started cleaning up the yellow targets, and tightening up all of the star posts. I'm starting to run out of steam. This is kind of the most tricky area, so I may just save this for later. Take a supper break or something like that. Been working on this for maybe hour and a half, couple hours at most, so I'd say all in all, making some good progress. So I think I'll take a supper break and then maybe I'll come down after and see if I can't finish that. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm back and I think I have finished cleaning the playfield. I'll kind of go over everything that I did. Tightened up pretty much all the screws everywhere. Cleaned up the flipper bats a little bit more. Maybe I'll replace them, maybe I won't, not sure yet. Cleaned the heads of the kickers. I installed the three rubbers that I had in stock, these two guys and this guy there. And I adjusted the switches to be perfect. Tightened down every single post in the playfield. Trimmed up all of the post sleeves. Obviously, thoroughly cleaned everything. All the yellow stand-up targets as well. Cleaned the upper flipper. I removed this piece to get in there. And I did the car zone and the MTL lanes. Oh, that reminds me, Ian Harrower just posted yesterday that he finally just watched Demolition Man for the first time, or again. I was like, oh yeah, I just stripped my playfield down last night. And there was some discussion about what MTL stands for, because there was no real reference of it in the movie, but I guess it was in the script. It was a weapon. It was like can you actually remember what it is called? Some sort of magnesium taser light gun or something like that. If you know what MTL stands for, then that's your trivia for the day. You can pop that in the comments. But I think magnesium is the first word. And also, I was asking about what these light fixtures are. Johnny C mentioned that these are cryo freeze chambers, and that's where you go to get frozen, and you know, Sylvester was in the freeze chamber. So these are freeze chambers. That's what they are, not light fixtures. It's much cooler being freeze chambers. Am I missing anything else? What else did I do? I mean, I cleaned the pop bumper skirts and bodies. Vacuumed up in the corners. Things are looking a lot better now, aren't they? There's some scuffage on this Mylar. Can't really do much about that. There was one little tiny corner right here where a bunch of dirt got under the Mylar, so I just trimmed that off. Nobody's ever gonna see that in their life, but it's better now, trust me. And let's see, the shooter lane, it's better, but you know, that dirt's right in the wood and it's hard to get out, and I'm not about to sand it and re-clear it. Ball trails came out pretty nicely all in all. This is where the ball drops into the switch zone, and these are often pretty beat up, but they cleaned up pretty nicely. It's good that Williams put Mylar here and here, so that helped. And I did clean these optos, and these Optos. But yeah, so did I say that I placed my Titan order as well? No, I don't think I did that. Yeah, my internet came back and I was able to make my Titan rubber order. So with all the stuff I had in stock, that saved me. Oh, these are about $1.50 US each. So, you know, $1.50 times 17, multiply that into Canadian times 1.13 for tax on top. It adds up. So by using what I had in stock, I saved some money there. So my total order was about $50 Canadian. And that did include 2 sets of flipper rubbers, so I can choose between orange and blue. Yeah, so I think that is probably a good place to stop for the night. And then it'll be a waiting game. Wait for rubbers. Wait until I can get my LEDs back to do them. But I will maybe start cleaning up parts and, you know, putting together whatever I can. Like, I can clean these up and install them. I can clean this up, install these guys, and this guy, that's the shooter lane metal. I can probably do this. So there's stuff I can do still while I wait. Obviously, I don't really need to wait on my art blades. And yeah, I gotta look for those flipper mechs, see if I have them in stock. Otherwise, I gotta place a Marco order ASAP. Maybe I should do that tonight because John C. is gonna pick up my Titan order. And if I place a Marco order fast enough, then might be able to snag that at the same time. And I'll see him at Forked River on Tuesday to grab those off of him. So thanks again, Johnny, for that. And yeah, okay, I think that's a wrap for tonight. Thanks for watching.